Hi, welcome in.
Oh, that's funny. What a way to start the episode.
Yes, yeah, it's a phrase that one hears maybe a little too much these days.
Yeah. When was the last time you heard that phrase?
Just fucking now when I
was
said
gonna
it.
say, that's funny.
But also at a Maverick when I was on the way here to film the episode. For those of you who don't know, Maverick is a convenience store out in the great state of Colorado. I'm sure in a couple of other places as well. And Lord, I guess they just out here making you say that now.
They're making you say it.
Yeah.
The Mavericks have replaced the famous Come and Go gas stations in Colorado.
Is that a replacement
It's
of
a
the Come
replacement. Come and Go is no more.
and Go? The show hasn't even been going
I
for
know.
a full minute. Come and Go is no more?
I know. Could you imagine if Wawa went down, or Sheetz, or Buc-ee's? What would people do? They'd lose their minds.
Decline of Western civilization.
Part 3.
Part 3.
The convenience store years.
The convenience store years here on Soundcheck with Pathos and Logos. We are Pathos and Logos.
We are.
Which one of us is Pathos and which one of us is Logos? Neither one of us knows.
We really don't.
But we managed to get it together here for you all the time because we love you.
It's true. It's
That's right.
very, very true.
That's right.
And we're coming up into the holiday season,
That's right.
right? And so I guess that leads me into asking you, like, what have you been up to, man? What was your weekend filled with?
Holidays, man.
Holidays.
Mom's in town.
Oh,
And, you know,
nothing says holidays more like mom's in town.
yeah. That's the hard stamp of the holidays having arrived as mom being in town, and just all of the stuff surrounding this time of the year, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, Kyle, but I would not be shocked if your weekend was also full of holiday-oriented things.
Tons of holiday-oriented things. That's exactly what was going on.
That's right.
Actually, it's been kind of a busy week for me because, yes, it is the holidays. Yes, we celebrated stuff this last weekend. This weekend, in fact, now that I think about it. But yeah, I just got back from Hawaii.
You did?
Yeah, dude. I was on vacation for almost 2 whole weeks
Oh, bro.
in Hawaii.
I was gonna say Hawaii's a little different from Colorado, huh?
It is. Yes. Yeah. It was very strange, like, coming back. It's hot there still, you know? So
Oh, yeah.
it's still like 80 degrees, 90 degrees a couple days, actually. Got a sunburn even while I was there. So, yeah, like, you know, you get on the plane in Maui and you're wearing sandals and a T-shirt and shorts. And then you get to mainland and it's cold as fuck. And you're literally changing, you know what I mean? Like in the plane bathroom so that you're not going to freeze your dick off when you get off the plane. And so that's the experience. Everybody looks at you because you're sunburned, and it's like, what the hell, you know? So, but yeah, man, it was great. We went to the magical, enchanted island of Lanai.
Ooh.
Yep, it was super cool. Can't get there very easily. We had to take a boat.
Okay.
Yep, we had to take a boat to get there. Saw dolphins, saw whales on the way there and back.
Ooh.
Yeah, the dolphins came up. They were like, "What's up, guys?" They were swimming next to us, next to our boat,
Hanging out.
hanging the fuck out.
Pathos and Logos fans, dudes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, "What's up? What kind of string gauges do you use?" No, that's right.
Cresting the water. How do you tune your guitar?
Yes, exactly. Do you tune your toms and thirds?
That's exactly correct.
Yeah.
They want to know. They
My
wanna
wife
know.
looks at me. She's like, "That's a very specific question."
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
What interface do you use?
Regardless of the fact that I'm talking to dolphins, that doesn't matter. She's just like, "Wow, that's a very specific question." So yeah, so we hung out in Lanai, one of the smaller islands of Hawaii. That was pretty cool, and yeah, and now I'm back here,
Back here, man.
working on new music.
Ooh, yes, sir, we are.
That's
Ooh,
right.
we do be doing it. We do be doing it. It's
Yeah,
happening.
We got new music. We're in the lab. We cooking stuff up.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good stuff,
But you guys have to wait, unfortunately.
Oh, the
I'm
heartache.
so sorry. So sorry.
How will our studio audience ever survive?
I don't know.
It's rough. It's
You
grisly.
got to let them down easy.
That's right. It's not you, it's us. You know, it's Kyle. It's funny. I was going to ask you the Hawaii thing. I was going to be like, all right, bro, hit me with like 3 highlights from the trip. And then you just said, just casual, just stuff that you did. Oh, yeah, I was on a boat and there were whales and shit. It was like, well, he more or less covered that.
Yeah, that pretty much covered it, I guess.
There is a Hawaiian island, for those of you who don't know, that is not available to the public? Is it not
There are
private?
multiple islands.
Are there? There's,
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I thought it was just one. So there's several places that are privately owned that you straight up can't go.
That is correct. Yeah, the furthest west island that you can like see from Kauai is called Nihui.
Okay.
And that is a privately owned island. I forget the names of the families who owned that, but it goes way back to like this a Scottish lady who moved there and purchased it from the Queen of Hawaii at the time, and her family, the Robinson family. That's the name. It's the Robinson family that still owns it. So you have to get permission from them to go to that
go
island.
there.
Yeah. So nobody's allowed there. They do have something. I think there's like 400 natives that live on the island, and they all speak the native language. They do not speak English.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and they're totally cut off. They do not use currency. There are no guns. There is no tobacco. There is no alcohol. There are no cars. There are no roads. So there is no crime. You know? Yeah. Imagine that.
You don't say.
You don't say. That's another interesting segue. So I went to one of the other islands that is inhabited, but it's very small, Lanai. There's about 3,200 people that live on the island. Zero crime. There has never been any sort of crime that has ever occurred there, ever.
Wow.
Yeah, as far as like, you know, civil crime, like some people could argue that, you know, Americans being there is a crime in general, but we won't go there. And then so then there's another island called Kalowawai or something like that, that I guess the Air Force used they used it as a test facility for bombs, and they didn't clean it up, and so there's all these what would you call it? They're like landmines that have never been set off over there, so nobody's allowed to go over there.
Oh, because they just don't know where they are.
They don't know where they are, and they never like mapped it. They just left it there.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid, dude.
Dude, I'm conflate. You would know this. I'm mixing something up, and I appreciate in advance you clarifying this. I thought maybe this is Hawaii, but I know that it was you who was telling me. There's some island somewhere where there's so many poisonous snakes that you're not allowed to ever visit the island because you cannot take one step without being assaulted by multiple poisonous snakes.
That is an actual place.
It is.
That's nonfiction. So, right. So that would be, I'm pretty sure that island is called they call it Snake Island. And I'm pretty sure it's part of Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
sure it's
that's
part of
not
Brazil.
Hawaii. That's a different part of the world.
Yeah, that's a different part of the world. But still, fuck that.
Yeah. So many snakes that you can't step anywhere without stepping on and subsequently being envenomated by a poisonous snake.
Yeah, and not just regular snakes, poisonous snakes.
Bad snakes.
Bad.
Not
snakes.
bad. It's not their fault. They're not bad.
They're not bad.
They're not
snakes.
bad, but they're bad if they bite you.
If that is bad.
Tell you where we're not going to spend the holidays, guys. On Snake Island.
Yep, don't go there.
Don't
That
go
sounds like the whole premise for a horror movie, dude.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
That'd be great. Stranded on Snake Island. What do we do?
Well, let's still try to have a Christmas.
It's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
That's great. Oh man, that's what an excellent segue. So that actually leads us into our next segment, which is we affectionately like to call Over Under, where we discuss pop culture, either music, movies, events, and rank them as if they are either overrated, underrated, or if they are just rated.
Do we just have neutral feelings?
Yeah, do we just have neutral feelings for it? Or maybe we've never seen it or watched it or heard it or whatever. We would just say it's rated, right? So basically we have no opinion on it.
That's right.
And so this week, since we're getting into the holidays, we thought it would be fun to cover Christmas movies.
Christmas movies, guys.
Christmas movies. So we're going to go with the best, I shouldn't say best, possibly what people would call the best or classic Christmas.
Yeah,
that's the word I'm searching for.
3 highly ranked,
Highly regarded
classic
Christmas movies. And these movies are A Christmas Story. What else did we say? Die Hard. And I'm forgetting one now.
Home Alone.
Okay.
That's right.
I'll let you start.
Okay. So we're starting with. He said what they were, and I immediately forgot what they were.
We've got, in no particular order, Home Alone, A Christmas Story, and Die Hard.
Okay, so I'll start with Home Alone, right? I wouldn't say that it's overrated. It was wildly popular when it came out.
Oh yeah.
But you also it's not underrated. I suppose it's just rated for me. Just rated. It's one of the movies of all time. I enjoyed watching it. That one actually, surprisingly, is a film that I have not gone back on, probably since very shortly after it came out. Loved it. Loved it.
Oh, I loved it too, but exactly for the reason that you just brought up. You haven't gone back on it for a long time. I feel like over time, that movie has sort of gotten lost to Christmas, right? Every Christmas you're going to see certain movies. You're going to see Die Hard. You're going to see A Christmas Story. You're going to see the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation all the time.
That's right.
I don't really see Home Alone on television that much, right? During Christmas time. Of course, now with streaming, I mean, everything's available all the time.
Right.
But it's not one of those movies where it's like, and now Home Alone.
Right. It just doesn't seem as entrenched.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm actually going to say that it's underrated because with the passage of time, the movie is not as renowned as I think it should be.
Still deserves the renown.
Yeah, still reserves renown. It's hilarious. It's a very funny movie.
Oh,
And look at the actors that are in that movie too that have gone on to great things. I mean, Catherine O'Hara is really kind of getting her shine now.
Yeah.
Something like 30 some odd years after the fact. That was my introduction, of course, to Macaulay Culkin, but Joe Pesci as well.
Yeah.
And
Daniel Stern.
Thank you, Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern. Now, sidebar. I enjoyed the movie when I saw it, but I have a very warm, soft spot in my heart for Daniel Stern.
Okay.
Daniel Stern, this is not a Christmas movie, what I'm about to say.
I know where you're going with this.
He was in this horror movie called Chud.
Yes.
The original Chud from 1980, whatever. And he did an excellent job. A very well-acted three-dimensional character. And so I realized, of course, he was in Home Alone. But there's a part of me that's all like, ugh, he was so much better in Chud. Really putting my foot down about a fucking shitty 80s horror movie that I've been obsessed with my entire life.
I can relate. That's how I feel about Matthew McConaughey's every movie after the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
Right, you are.
Renee Zellweger was in that movie, too.
I forget that.
Yeah, we could do a whole show on how the horror genre, how big actors use the horror genre to step up their career and then totally act as if they never knew anything about it. Yeah.
Just blowing up someone's spot. See, nobody knows who Helen Hunt is anymore.
Oh.
Nobody knows who, but Helen Hunt was in a movie from 1985 called Trancers.
Dude.
I haven't forgotten Trancers, Helen.
I just mentioned Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. Fucking Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Leprechaun, dude. With her old nose.
Oh, with her old nose.
Yeah, go back and see Jennifer Aniston with her old nose.
Hugh Grant.
Here it is.
1982. Lair of the White Worm.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy.
Yo, Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
What is it? Friday the 13th, part 1, isn't it?
I think
He's
you're
the dude
right.
who he gets impaled from the underside of the bed through his neck.
Oh.
One of the best deaths in the entire movie.
Johnny Depp was in that movie.
Johnny Depp was in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, I said the wrong one. I said the wrong thing.
But either way, we could go on and on.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have to come back on this.
Yeah, right.
Maybe drop us a line in the comments about other movies other horror movies that famous actors have starred in.
Yeah.
And we'll use that as criteria to do another episode.
That's right.
Okay, so then we've talked about Home Alone. The next movie would be A Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
Classic, right?
Classic, underrated, wonderful tale. Seems a little dated if you watch it now. It's a product of the time that it came out in.
Yeah.
But just still so good. Still so good.
Okay, so it's funny, dude. I can't stand that movie. I can't stand that movie, dude. I was even going to ask you. You said classic tale. I don't even know what it's about because I can't finish the movie, dude.
Oh.
It's so old. The kid gets like a BB gun.
Sure.
He gets a BB gun. And then his tongue gets stuck to something?
If I recall correctly, it's less about like it's a series of events that happened in his childhood around Christmas.
Okay.
They get the leg lamp
leg
that his
lamp.
dad is obsessed with. And it's it's more just that might be one of those ones that if you don't watch it at a certain time in your life, it doesn't like grab you, you know?
Sure.
I saw that from way back in the day.
Oh yeah, me too,
you know?
dude. Like that is the movie, the Christmas movie, in my opinion, that was overdone in my childhood because every Christmas, every day, every fucking channel, it was on.
You couldn't get away.
From
the
it,
fucking
you know.
thing,
And it's like, can we just watch something not bad?
No, it does. It was the Despacito of Christmas movies. You couldn't get away from the fucking thing for a certain period of time. You just couldn't get away from it.
Despacito.
It was the Despacito of Christmas films. You just fucking. I've had enough. I liked it for like 10 seconds and then you beat it into my head.
What an analogy. What an analogy.
It was a little too much for a certain interval of time. So I don't misunderstand. But I do still like the film. Although, upon reflection, unlike the cinematic masterpiece Chud, which I watched today, I have not been back on A Christmas Story. I haven't watched it again. So
Yeah, I don't revisit that one because I just can't stand
you
it.
can't
So
get through the movie.
I have to officially label it overrated.
Sure.
Paul
sure.
gives it an underrated, I give it an overrated. Okay, so the last one, and this may be the most controversial because there's query out there as to whether Die Hard 1 is even a Christmas movie at all. And in my opinion, Die Hard 1 is a Christmas movie. Not only is it a Christmas movie, it is the best Christmas movie ever, simply because it's, and maybe it wasn't the first to do this, but it was the first movie I was aware of to take the Christmas theme and just flip it on its fucking head. You know what I mean? So it's like, yes, it's a Christmas movie, but it's a gory action Christmas movie. Ho, ho, ho.
You heard what the man said, damn it.
Yeah, I couldn't stop myself. I had to do it right now. So for I'm gonna at least keep the debate going and say that not only is Die Hard a Christmas movie, it is the best Christmas movie of all time, and for that reason, it is underrated.
Talk some shit. Say some shit. Comments. Is it the best? Where the shots fired, dude. Is it?
I did guns like this.
I know that you didn't do the guns move and then say caw, but for a second I thought that's what happened and that made me smile.
It was close. It was close enough.
It was closer. But Die Hard, I think without question, will I call it the absolute best? I will not. But I defy anyone to try and say that it is not definitely and beyond a shadow of a doubt a Christmas film. That is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, enlighten us. How is that
not a Christmas movie, dude? It's a fucking Christmas movie.
It is absolutely a Christmas movie.
We don't think about this. It was really, really far in the background. But Kyle, if you recall, sidebar, different movie that we both like a whole lot. Technically speaking, during the timeline of Prometheus, Christmas occurs. The captain, played by Idris Elba, is dressing up a little tree and makes a comment about we have to celebrate the holidays, so that you can still stay connected to the feeling of the passage of time. So technically speaking, celebrated actor Idris Elba as the captain of the ship in the Prometheus movie is decorating a small Christmas tree.
Good one.
Yeah.
Man. That's why we're such good friends.
That's right.
I love that.
Yeah. We both get it.
Okay. So then, is Prometheus a Christmas movie, y'all?
It is now, motherfucker. Say some shit.
So, would you consider Die Hard to be overrated or underrated?
I don't think it's, for me, Rated.
Rated.
Rated. Irrefutably a classic film. It deserves all of the accolades that it has ever received. It is, without a shadow of a doubt, a Christmas movie. But, and this is worthy of mention, I had mentioned the thing before about, like, does it hit different if you see it at a different time in your life than most people watch it? I watched Die Hard way later in the game.
Oh.
I actually, they're going to revoke my guy who watches movies license for this. I probably watched Die Hard all the way through for the first time in the last 5 or 10 years.
What?
I did. The whole movie, dude. Yep. I only just watched it in the grand scheme of a human life fairly recently. Enjoyed it. Great movie. Well, Kyle, I was watching Chud. You know, like, dude, I've never seen Scarface. I have seen this shitty low-budget horror movie called The Deadly Spawn at least 150 times. So, you know, I'm starting to crawl out of my little shitty horror movie cave, but only a little by little. You know, one Die Hard at a time.
One Die Hard at a time.
Making my way out of there.
Well, at least you've seen it in its entirety.
At last I have. Understand with perfect clarity why it is as beloved as it is. Enjoyed it capitally. Alan Rickman, dude.
Yeah. Classic character. Hans Gruber. Right, in Die Hard. And he's so good.
Yeah, dude.
Man,
so good at being bad.
So good at being bad. Yeah, we miss him.
We do.
We miss
R.I.P. Alan Rickman. Yeah. Also very good. Wasn't he in the Robin Hood movie?
He was in all of the movies that are great.
He was in all of the movies that are great.
All of the movies that are great, Alan Rickman is in.
Alan Rickman is in. Every single one of them.
Every single one of them.
Godzilla 1985, who's in the suit, dude? Alan Rickman. Highlander, played by Christopher Lambert. You thought, takes his mask off, Alan Rickman.
That's right.
Yeah. Steve Lukather, the guitar player, actually Alan Rickman.
We love you, Steve Lukather.
We love you, Steve Lukather, even if you secretly were Alan Rickman.
Come on the show. We'd love to have you.
I love it.
We would love to have you.
Love to have you.
Okay, so that wraps up Over Under Christmas edition.
That's right.
That's right. So I guess it's time now that we do have to pay the bills.
Pay the bills.
Right? We got to keep these lights and these cameras.
That's right.
And our good looks and appearances up. And there's only one way that we can do that. Sex work. That's right. No, I'm sorry. It's actually not. But no, we have to do ads, you guys.
Ads.
And so, what is the ad for this week?
Oh, well, today we would love, our martial arts school, our university, we are expanding the Pathos and Logos brand even further. We have started a kombucha company. And Kyle and I started Pathos and Logos brand kombucha with one vision in mind, one phrase. What even is kombucha? You hear the word, you hear about its therapeutic benefits, its health benefits, and we said, we could do that. We could dominate that industry. So we hired a crack team of experts in the field to produce what they tell us is the best kombucha on the market. The truth of the matter is, they're people we've never met before. We picked them up off the street.
Well, Fiverr.
Yeah. That's right. Not a single one of them has any training in making kombucha. We just kind of liked their vibe. And so at the end of the day, we've got bottles and bottles sitting in a warehouse just outside of LaSalle, Colorado. Thousands of them. They say kombucha on them. And if you drink it, there will be an effect. But will it be beneficent or benignant to human health? We can't say. We have no idea what's in it. Kyle, do you know what's in it?
I did talk to one of the guys from the research crew,
Sure.
And they've been working very, very much with the native koala population in Eastern Asia.
That's
right. And in order to see the effects that our kombucha is having on the native koala population, and they report back to me that it's having such a good an astonishingly good effect on the native koala population that they no longer poop.
Oh.
No longer poop. No, there's not a need for it.
They literally are now able to metabolize all material that goes into their body, rendering their entire lower digestive tract entirely vestigial. That's good news, guys.
Now, we don't know how it works, but it is a side effect of the Kambaka. So, and I'm still learning how to say it. We're figuring it out.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, we don't know what's in it. We don't know how to say it. But very soon hitting the market, circa today, the Pathos Logos Kambinka drink. It'll be refreshing for you. We have good reports on the koalas. We don't know whether or not it was actually tested on humans and they became koalas. We don't have confirmation, cannot confirm or deny whether or not it is mutating the koalas. Are they doubling in size like that Rock Rampage movie?
That we don't know yet. We do have a follow-up phone call right after this episode. Sure, it's with the FDA, yes. But really, it's just to clear up a few things before we move on to the human trials.
That's right.
Other than that, what Paul means by storing, right, is we are, what's the word I'm trying to say here? It's not pickling.
No, but it's a process very close to it.
It's close.
May or may not include some pickling spices, some formaldehyde.
Fermentation. That's the word I was looking for. We're not storing the Kambaka. We are fermenting the kombucha. So by the time it's ready to be served, over ice preferably.
That's right.
And with a mixer, that it will be full of probiotic gems and wonders.
That's exactly
for
right.
your entire body.
Yeah. Literally, effects may or may not include not pooping anymore, some basic level of mutation. We're expecting the FDA call to involve reports of the growth of new limbs or eyes. So guys. Go to your local Maverick, R.I.P., come and go, and pick yourself up a bottle of Pathos and Logos brand Kanky Banky, the most refreshing and healing drink on the market.
My favorite flavor is the ginger root and lemongrass, personally.
Oh, it sounds so effervescent.
The salted caramel is pretty nice, too. That's a strange kombucha, flavor pairing, but it works.
Yeah. Oh, no, it works perfectly fine. It's great. The Nerds candy flavor / chutney flavor also seems to be doing well among the koalas. They seem to enjoy it very much.
They love it.
Getting a kick out of it.
Yep.
Getting 2 kicks out. Getting 3 kicks out of it. Because there's at least a couple of them now that have 3 legs. Have I said too much? Pick up your bottle of Pathos and Logos brand Kookaburra today.
And back to our show. I was really struggling to keep it together there through the Cambo show or whatever.
You said one of them where I was all like, just stay focused, man. Keep your shit together.
For real though, have you ever drank kombucha?
Campbell Bamble?
Yes.
I have had Kabakabak, and it's great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very good, and it is supposed to be probiotic and just good for you. One of them, they're good for you drinks.
Okay, so I'll have to check that out. It has been offered to me, but the smell was just a little...
It's a little different, dude.
Revolting, I guess.
It's just a little stomach wrenching, actually.
I don't know how else to...
Delivered so calmly, just a little bit absolutely putrescent, if I'm... since we're being so candid.
Yes, since we are being so candid.
That's right.
Yeah, I've personally never tried the sambushu, but I've heard that it's very good for you, so maybe one day I'll get there. I don't know if Odwalla is our main competition. We don't really do a whole lot of research before we get into these things.
That's right.
You'd be crazy to do that.
No, in 2025, in this economy, who has the time?
Who has got the time? We don't have time for paralysis by analysis. We're ideas guys.
Yeah.
We're ideas guys.
We produce, guys. We got to get it done.
That's right.
So if that means literally forgoing all research and, skipping the koala. We were saying koala for the camera. But really, there may or may not be some people who have some new appendages or can smell things using their hair now as a result of the consumption of our kunkus bunkus. Who knows? We certainly don't know. The FDA will tell us.
Yeah, they'll let us know.
Yeah. Sure.
Speaking of production, though, we do have a production that we would like to share with everybody.
That's right.
Because everybody's been waiting with bated breath. So we are ready to debut the new Pathos and Logos music video.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. And this video is for, Paul, what is this video for?
This is for our cover of recording artist Nirvana's In Bloom.
That's right.
We did a cover of In Bloom.
We'll go ahead and cue it up for you right now. We'll give you some insights as to what was going on during the video and watch it with you. But here is the first, or what would I say, the premiere of In Bloom by Pathos and Logos. Warriors!
Come out and play.
That's right. That's cool.
That 360 camera, bro.
The 360 camera, yep, we're using a 360 camera for this video, which is, I think it's the first time we've used a 360 camera for the entire video.
For the whole video.
For the entire video. You can also see the tape and the industrial strength towels taped underneath the cymbals. That is because we shot this guerrilla style without a permit or anything in the...
Like a Mustang terminal?
This is a Mustang terminal in Loveland. And it's all cement in there. And so the cymbals, you guys, the cymbals were going to be so loud.
Yeah, dude, it was a lot.
Yeah, we basically had to tape moving blankets to the bottom of the cymbals so we didn't immediately get the cops called on us.
Right.
But, I will... Look at that shot, dude. That looks fucking great. I will say it worked to great effect.
It did. It worked out with a great environment. Honestly, kudos to you, Kyle. You knew about this place. You had a vision for how it would look, and I think it exceeded expectations.
A funny story, actually. We were driving back from the Circling Over CD release party, now that I think about it. And it's like fucking 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that. We're driving north on I-25, and I saw this from I-25. I saw the bus stand, or like the terminal. And I remember telling you, like, dude, we've got to record there. And I drove over there and checked it out like a week later, and fucking there's nobody there. So we did encounter some people while we were there. Actually, there was a bus that like just got off.
Yeah.
Right? And people came around the corner and they were looking at us like, what the hell is going on here? So we told them that we were making a TikTok.
That's right. And they just passed by.
And they just passed by. They were totally cool with it.
It's funny, actually. I think other people have started to get hip to it.
Yeah.
Like, if you recall, when we were buttoning it up and we were getting the gear out of it, mind you, again, like Kyle said, guerrilla style. We just, like, got a cart and just wheeled our stuff in there, wheeled it back out. But there was a bunch of people on motorcycles who came in there to take photographs.
That's right, dude.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I remember you were up in the tunnel. You were the last person left up in the tunnel getting gear. And Cody, who had shot the video for us, shout out to Cody, and myself were down, like, unloading stuff into the truck. And we saw all these dudes on motorcycles go flying up the ramp. And I remember looking at Cody and I was like, is Paul about to get arrested? And he goes, I don't know. And so we just took off going up the ramp. And by the time I got up there, you were standing outside and you were like, oh, these guys are just here to, like, they were taking pictures, I think.
Yeah, they were just, they for their own social media, no doubt.
Yeah, they were doing photos of them posed up with their motorcycles and shit. So anyway, so we handed off the set to them, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun covering this song. This has been a personal favorite of ours for a very long time. And just what a fun environment to do this. A lot of the gear that you're seeing in this video is stuff that I have had for a very long time. Kyle, you've had that 8-string now for some time, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess I've had the 8-string for, that particular guitar, maybe 8 years now or something like that.
Right you are, right you are.
Maybe more? I'm not entirely sure, to tell you the truth.
And the jump to 8 was something that you did in our previous band, the Caveat.
Correct. Yeah, and actually that's a good segue because that guitar was gifted to me. It's my favorite guitar. Our good friend Mikey Stansel, who actually is out on tour with Entheos.
That's
currently,
right. Yeah, he
crushing
plays
it
with Entheos now.
right now.
Shout to Mikey, shout to Entheos.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly. Glad to hear that the tour is going great, guys. Keep it up. If you ever want to come on the show, just let us know. But yeah, Mikey actually gave me that guitar, 8 years ago or something like that, and it is my favorite guitar now.
Yeah.
So that is an Ibanez 8-string iron label. It's got EMG 808X pickups in there, if I recall correctly. They're definitely the 808 EMGs. I'm just not sure if they're the X series or not, but it's the EMG 808s, and I fucking love that guitar, dude. It's great.
Dude.
It's great. I love that guitar. And then I guess we could do a little bit of a gear rundown. Huh? We've got approximately 10 minutes or so, I'd say. So what you're seeing in the video, and actually what you're hearing there, so I'm playing on an Ibanez iron label 8-string.
Yes.
All right. When we go out on tour and stuff like that, I'll bring my Kemper with me just for ease of use. But all of the profiles on the Kemper and what you hear on the records and in the video are actually the 5153 Stealth.
Okay.
Yeah. I use the 5153 Stealth with nothing on the front end on it. I don't go with like a tube screamer into it or anything like that. Just go guitar right into it. A big reason for that is because the Kemper will not profile a tube screamer.
Oh.
Yeah, the IC chip in the tube screamer does something cutting off with the waveform. I remember reading it in the manual, but either way. Dude, that 5153 Stealth is where it's at. If you guys do not have one, I highly recommend you pick one up. For me, the 50 watt is preferable over the 100 watt because the 100 watt gives you 3 presence knobs on each channel. You get a presence knob for each channel,
Sure.
which is kind of silly to me. The 50 watt stacks all the knobs on the front and you share channels, but you actually get the resonance knob on the back, which is nice. Because if you're playing in like a 1x12 or a 2x12 or 4x12 or something like that, the resonance knob will really help to kind of customize the sound wherever you're playing that. But yeah, man, I love that Ibanez, and I love that Stealth. Oh man, they're great.
Now, I was about to say, and you stick by your gear. Now, Kyle and I have been playing music together for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
and you find something that works and you stick with it. Now, I am kind of a similar cloth. Actually, I've experimented with different stuff, and I'm finding that for our new material, it's a little bit of a return to form to a lot of the same gear that I was using when we were doing We All Have Day Jobs, when we were recording at Trax East.
Oh, okay.
Like this kick drum was in that video that we just saw.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going back to the big red Danmar beaters for the double bass
Yes.
pedal.
Yeah.
Thrash guy,
Attack. You get the attack and just I don't know, would you say it's the weight of the beater that gives you...
Yeah. And when they start moving, you're saving energy. Like it's doing a certain amount of the motion for you. It's not all just from the pressure from the pedal. Those things start wiggling. And then... after a certain point, it just kind of falls into a flow. I like them Danmars.
What are you using for your double kicks? Iron Cobra?
I'm an Iron Cobra man through and through. I was an Iron Cobra man back in the Trax East days. I'm an Iron Cobra man now, dude.
Are you still using, because I remember for a while you were using, was it called the Trick Shot?
The drive shaft that connects the two pedals together. Love you, Tama, love you, but the Trick makes a zero latency drive shaft where the left pedal you're losing no energy. It feels exactly like the right pedal.
And you still use that, right?
Oh yeah. I'll never go back.
I kind of figured that was the case. Yes, you had expressed the virtues of the Trick Shot, dude.
Yeah.
So I got to tell everybody out there, that's, if you're a drummer, it does seem to make. I am not a drummer. I'm a closet drummer, but you can tell the difference your drummer just using the trick shot. You will immediately notice a difference.
Do yourself the favor. I think I haven't found a lot of them recently. I think it makes me wonder whether or not Tama didn't buy the design and start making their own, because Tama's just so known for like rock and metal and double bass and stuff.
Sure.
But basically, that zero latency design, dude. Do yourself the favor, drummers. Get either the Tama model or the trick drive shaft. Your left foot doesn't suck. Your left foot is much better than you think it is. You just need to be not losing energy on that. God, actually, let me interrupt myself here. We've been talking about Trax East real quick. Now, we didn't just record at Trax East.
Oh, no.
You worked at Trax East.
Yep, sure did.
I
Yeah.
know we don't have a ton of time left, but I did kind of want to touch on that, man.
Yeah, dude. So I worked at Trax East in South River, New Jersey from 2005 to around 2010. And yeah, dude, Eric Rachel is the owner, or at least was the owner over there. He doesn't, I think the studio has been sold and kind of has moved on now.
Sure.
But yeah, dude, we did a lot of big records, lots of gear, lots of great gear there. You know, it was a Pro Tools studio, but everything was outboard gear. We weren't really using many plugins at all.
Yeah.
And if we did, it was light, very, very light use of plugins, you know, maybe an EQ here or there. So because of that, everything that you would hear coming out of Trax East, and what I mean by that would be, so we're talking like the Black Dahlia Murders Miasma record. We did the Black Dahlia Murders Nocturnal record. We did the first in this moment. Yeah, the beautiful, what was it called? Beautiful Tragedy, I think was the name of that one. We did the Human Abstract Nocturne record there. We did most of the God Forbid records were done there. And so if you're familiar, the list goes on and on. Hatebreed recorded The Satisfaction is the Death of Desire over there. We did the Red Chord, A Life Once Lost.
Walls of Jericho.
Walls of Jericho, that's right, lots of big bands. And so one thing that all those records do have in common when you listen to them is we had a particular production style, and that was because we were using lots of outboard gear.
Yeah.
And the way Eric just had the studio, you know, wired up there was great, man. So like a lot of people ask when I was recording Trevor from Black Dahlia Murder, what was the microphone chain? What did you use on his voice? And so it was actually a pretty simple setup, kind of expensive, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but the classic SM7B, right? We use the SM7B with the low end rolled off, okay? Just so everybody knows. I would always roll the low end off on an SM7B. Roll the low end off. Then we did SM7B into the DW Fern vacuum tube preamp, which is like, I don't know, $20,000 preamp, something like that. Yeah, very, very expensive. Go ahead and look that one up. The red one. And so we use the DW Fern vacuum tube preamp as the Trevor's preamp, and then that went into a TLA leveling amplifier. We basically use that sort of as a compressor limiter at the same time.
Yeah.
And I hammered it hard, dude. So I would drive the DW Fern preamp quite a bit because it was tubes, and that would saturate Trevor's voice a bit because Trevor at the time was still doing a lot of the Euro vocals, which is kind of like a high-pitched thing.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing as much at the low end. And because of that, his voice, I don't want to say shrill, but because of the high-end stuff, you just have to pay a little bit more attention to that, right? And so I wanted to saturate his vocals to thicken them up a little bit, but also provide a bit of distortion that wasn't actually coming straight from his voice.
Sure.
So I drove the DW Fern preamp quite a bit, and then went from the DW Fern preamp right into the TLA the Summit TLA leveling amplifier to level off his vocals before, are you ready for this, everybody? Into a DigiDesign Digio 2. Right into it, and I recorded everything on a MacBook.
No shit.
Yeah, a Digio 2, which is like the second iteration of what Pro Tools put out, their little Pro Tools thing.
It was technology from a little while back.
Yep, exactly. And then what we did is we cleared out, instead of doing all that in like an isolation booth or in a control room, we cleared out the old tape library in the back of Trax East because Trevor likes to move around, believe it or not. And so, dude, we had to clear out like 10 by 8 I remember moving a bunch of tape out of there. I shipped a lot of tape out in the weeks coming up just so we could make room.
Right.
And we converted that into like our recording space. So Trevor and I worked back there for the entirety of the record. We did all of the vocals back there, all of the overdubs. Everything happened back there. But yeah, we would just basically lock the door, and then he'd grab the microphone. We did not use any kind of like an ISO booth or anything like that.
Right.
He stood behind me the entire time. We worked on headphones, and he just bounced off of the fucking walls the entire time he tracked the Nocturnal record.
Kyle, what a beautiful thing for you to be able to share. It's been a couple of years now since Trevor passed.
Yep.
And although I know that the Black Dahlia family obviously loves the new lineup and they're still diehard, they still love it, Trevor is very deeply missed.
Yes.
And so what a wonderful thing for you to be able to share with everybody insight. It's not it's not hearsay. It's not like, oh, my buddy told me this is what Trevor from Black Dahlia liked. You recorded his vocals for, I'm sorry, what? For Nocturnal?
Yeah, for Nocturnal. We did a couple punch-ins for Miasma, but it really wasn't much. We basically handled the mix on Miasma.
Right.
But we did not mix Nocturnal. We tracked Nocturnal.
Right.
And so that's why Nocturnal sounds the way it does, dude.
Yeah.
Because,
It got the old
got
Trax East touch.
Got that Trax East touch. Yeah, man. We spent a lot of time on drums. And not because Shannon was bad. Shannon is probably one of the best drummers I've seen in person.
One of the best to ever do it, dude.
But yeah, we spent a lot of time getting drum sounds. He had a lot of cymbals too.
Yeah.
And so just getting all of the rooms and everything like that. I do remember that Mark and Jason requested that we mic all of the toms on top and bottom. And it's 25 years later, so I can tell you guys, we're sorry. But we did mic the toms on the top and the bottom. And but Eric summed them together, dude. He didn't want to send over separate like top and bottom tracks just because there were already so many drum tracks.
Oh, okay.
So we summed those together, and I think Mark was a little miffed about that. So I'm sorry, buddy. But either way,
Eric made the call.
Yeah, Eric made the call on that one. I fought hard for top and bottom drum tracks on there for you, or top and bottom tom tracks on there for you. But either way, yeah, we spent a lot of time on drums. I remember, man, there was a lot of debate as to whether Shannon actually played those parts or if they were programmed, and Shannon played 110% of every one of those parts. Even in the crazy like triplet runs, where he's blasting and he's doing like triplets on his kick drums underneath, dude. Yeah, I edited all that stuff. I mean, it's not to say that it didn't get edited, No, but everything gets edited.
Everything gets edited, but he physically performed the parts.
Yeah, he physically performed all the parts. And what I will say about editing Shannon Lucas's drums is it's not that it was a breeze or anything like that. Shannon was very on the click, which made it great. But when you got 12 tracks or something like that, or 10 tracks, I can't remember how many there were at the time, at 200 something BPM, and you're blasting the whole time. We did a count. There was like 3,200 kick drums or something like that.
Yeah, no, right. I'm sure that the man was like a guided fucking missile, but there's 3,000 kick drum
hits. It was bananas. And that was before we also wouldn't use quantization. So the way I was taught to edit drums was just as if it was a tape machine. Yeah. So we would scrub everything. You go in to your drums, you cut everything, you're shifting everything around, and then you put your fades on and stuff like that. So there was no quantization done on that record.
You
period.
Went in and tidied up.
Yeah. You literally have to go in and move all that stuff.
Yeah.
What else is another one? Okay, so let's talk about, since we're talking about gear and that particular record, and we got, 5 minutes left or something like that. A lot of people ask, or I've seen a lot of debate online as to how we got the effect at the beginning of What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse.
Yeah.
Okay, so What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse begins with kind of like a lo-fi guitar sound.
Yes.
And this is a fun story, okay? John Campanian, John K, however you pronounce his last name, who was in the band at the time, lead guitar player at the time. was playing. I think he was playing on ESPs or something like that. But he had very microphonic pickups in one of his guitars.
Okay.
They may have even been passive, if I recall correctly. I don't remember. I don't remember if they're active or passive, but they were very microphonic inputs. So what we did to achieve that effect is we isolated the guitars, that riff, the and ran it through the monitors, and then John went and held his guitar pickups up to the speaker, and then we recorded the guitars through his guitar pickup in through an amp, and that's how we got the...
That's how you got the beginning of What a Horrible Night to Have Occurred?
That's how we got the beginning of What a Horrible Night to Have Occurred.
No
Yeah,
shit.
it's not like a plug-in effect or anything like that, which I've seen and heard a lot of people say it is. That is not. That is not what it is.
From Kyle Neely himself, who was in the studio tracking the intro to that particular song, that beloved track from Black Dahlia Murder's 2007 Nocturnal album.
That's right.
You heard it from the dude himself.
That's right. What else can I tell you guys about that? Let's see here. For tracking drums, as far as we talked about the preamps and stuff like that we used for Trevor. So when we tracked drums for that, okay, kick and snare would always go through API, the 500 series preamps. So kick and snare went through API 500 series preamps, and then we would always use the DBX 160A for kick and snare compression going into Pro Tools. Then we would get to snare bottom. We always used a Beta 57 for the snare bottom. And then sometimes that would also go to a DBX 160A, and if I recall correctly, that got the exact same treatment as the top snare for the Black Dahlia setup. All the toms were run through AMEC preamps, and then we would use a little bit of the top end. I think the button on there is called Sheen, gives you like a little 5K bump on there with no compression. And then we did record top and bottom mics for the toms. We used the little Sennheiser little clips for the top of the toms to record those. And with them, we would use 421s for the bottom. So if anybody wants to know kind of like what we were doing there. If I recall correctly, I think Shannon had like 4 or 5, toms. Or no, I'm sorry, 3 toms and then 2 of the floor toms. Yeah. On the floor toms, we would generally use SM7Bs or RE20s for the floor toms. Same thing, AMEC preamps, using the EQ on there to taste. Usually like a little bump with the Sheen or 5K, and then roll off a little bit of the low end. Let's see here. Overheads for that particular drum set were Avalon. I forget the preamp exactly, but you guys will remember it's 2 preamps in one, and one like 3 rack U. So we did Avalons for the overheads. We did use the DW Fern vacuum tubes for the rooms on that particular record. We used a singular crush mic, which was Eric's U87, set up kind of, I'd say probably 15 feet back from the kick drum, about face level, and then we slammed that microphone. If I recall correctly, we used what was the preamp that, I don't remember what preamp and compression we used on that. 1176 compression with the all buttons in for sure is what we used as the compressor, but I don't remember what the preamp on that was. Either way, that pretty much comprised the majority of the drum sound. Shannon did come in with the Roland trigger setup.
Sure.
Yep, and we used the reggae kick.
Look at that!
As the sample. Yeah, that because of the cut that it had.
Yeah.
But that was primarily the setup. We did guitar and bass and stuff too, but we were running out of time here. So if you guys are looking for additional information on that, just let us know, and we can do a deep dive into that on a different episode, I guess.
That's right.
But yeah, man, we got to wrap it up because we've got our next clients, or not clients, we've got our next guests.
Next guests are on the way. They'll be here soon.
So what do we say at the end of this episode?
At the end of this episode and every episode, we will say some iteration of Glory to the Order, Eat It on the Border, Kyle fucking tracked Trevor from Black Dahlia Murder.
That's right. Tune in next week for another episode of Soundcheck with Pathos and Logos.